I stopped stretching for 3 months and I lost all my flexibility. In today's video, we're gonna talk about how to stay flexible while building muscle and transforming your physique. So check this out. So 4 years ago, January 2020, I was playing ultimate frisbee and I felt something really weird in my leg. The next day, I couldn't even turn left. It was crazy. I was like, what the hell is going on? Turns out I tore my left glute med, and then from that, I lost all the flexibility in my hamstring. Everything was compensating and taking over, and then I noticed that I could no longer really do the front splits or even the middle splits ever since this happened. So I'm gonna show you guys my routine, how I plan on getting my front splits back. I'm about 5 centimeters from the floor, nothing too bad, like it's a respectable split, but I used to be able to go and do the splits effortlessly and even get all the way to the ground. So for me, it's more so I wanna put myself to this challenge to try to get back to that level of flexibility, because I know my body had that. It felt the best. And you know, you're always getting more stiff every year, every day. You have to have a goal in mind that's gonna keep you consistent with that flexibility practice. So maybe it's not actually doing the splits, but it's the benefits I get from that mental resilience, the consistency, working on something and achieving something that gets me motivated. So for you, you could be a splits, or you know, you wanna just be able to do a forward fold or even touch your toes. Pick something that's gonna make it exciting and enjoyable for you, and I promise you, that's where the reward will come. Because not everyone needs to do the splits, but I think everybody needs to stretch. A lot of people will tell you, oh, stretching doesn't prevent injuries, yada yada. That's all bullshit. In fact, stretching is gonna help with your recovery. It's gonna bring nutrients to your muscles. It's gonna prevent you from getting stiff. And then, you know, when you're stiff, you move like shit, you have bad form in the gym. So it's that cycle of, you know, not having that consistent stretching practice that's gonna hit you long term. So let's head to the gym. What's going on, guys? I'm gonna show you a sample of my stretching routine that I'm gonna do for the next 3 months to get my flexibility back. So come with me. When you're working the front split, you always wanna start with your half kneeling openers. So you always wanna start bringing your leg up, because most of the split comes from the back leg hip extension. A lot of people waste their time on the hamstring. Most of it comes from tucking your pelvis and leaning forward and getting as far as you can. So I'll spend like 20 reps just pulsing here. Then you want to alternate into the front split. So sinking into that. Always do both sides. One side's going to be a little tighter, so just try to figure out which one you need to work on more. You'll have a side that needs a little bit more time. The routine requires a bit of a warm-up. Sometimes I'll take both hands and push forward like that. Give myself a little distraction through the hip on the side that's feeling a little tighter. Now you can come back into the full front position, or you can pulse here and just mobilize the hamstring. A lot of times after you've warmed up the hip, the hamstring will still need a little bit of work to warm up. So by going up and down like this, we're actually mobilizing the nerve in your leg. So I'll do like 10 of these, and then a little trick is I'll squeeze the quad 10 times to relax the hamstring, so we can hack our way a little deeper. So that's the first part. Stretching after your workout is gonna be the most effective because you can get deeper, but a lot of times you're too tired after moving some weights. So I like to use yoga blocks or rollers, something to just offload my weight, whether I'm here and stretching my hip, or I'm in this other position and we're working on your quad stretch and we're spending a long time. It's nice to have something to offload your weight. Workout bench, something to really help you spend the time there, is really gonna make it a lot more effective because your muscles are tired and you can sink into the stretch at a deeper intensity. So say I'm here and I'm working on that front split position, I can spend longer and just let my arms hold up my body, and then say I get more flexible, say I wanna just hold the split here, say this is like half of what I can do. The roller will allow me to maybe grab a little higher, just hang out and spend some time there. So don't be afraid to scale back the stretches to a position that you're really comfortable holding it, and that's gonna allow you to unlock that next level of flexibility. And then say 5 minutes later, we remove that, but I still want a little support. I'm using all this here to keep me nice and upright. Another thing I get asked all the time is people are unaware of the best time to stretch and what exactly they should be doing. Now, I think there's different ways to categorize this. There should be dedicated blocks in your routine where you're actually working on improving your flexibility, and there should be periods where you're working on maintaining. Because a lot of times before a workout, you're just gonna wanna limber up and get the body nice and loose. And there's gonna be other times where you really wanna push that flexibility to the next level. Or even in the morning, for example, usually wake up and do just a few basic simple stretches to get my spine moving. And I think that is super important. And there's times like after my workout where my body's primed, where I'm gonna spend an extra 15, 20 minutes going deeper because I'm already ready to get into that next range of motion. So I think it's just really how you plan it and how you time it out. Because in terms of maintaining, you might need an initial bigger investment up front to build that base of flexibility, but then it's gonna require a little bit less to maintain that. So you just have to think about it, like maybe there's some weeks where you just gotta do the bare minimum, just a little bit of light stretching, light mobility work, and then there's gonna be weeks you're more motivated and you're gonna wanna spend more time working on your flexibility goals. I would say the biggest mistake would be to be not doing any stretching at all. So for you, look at your schedule. Do you have an extra 5, even 10 minutes in the morning, you can do some light work? Ask yourself, are you doing any warm-up before your workouts? If you're completely skipping your warm-up, chances are you're really putting yourself at risk of getting stiffer while building muscle, because if you're just going right to your weights and your only warm-up is doing lighter weights, that's not really gonna help build a body that moves well, guys. We're here at Pain-Free Bodybuilding. We're about looking good, moving well, and training pain-free. The How to Beast poster for Beast Nation. We're gonna check it out and get it all framed for the home gym. Look at that 3 feet poster, How to Beast. That's pretty dope. Beast Nation over here. It's gonna be sick. What do you think? It's gonna look good, right?
Beautiful.
There we go. We're gonna get a full view for you guys. And then when it's all ready, look at that. David de las Marinas, How to Beast. What's going on, guys? I just woke up and my back was feeling a little bit stiff this morning. And just like I was telling you guys before, I hit the 10-minute pain-free bodybuilding morning routine and my body's feeling absolutely amazing. So you guys gotta check this out right here. One of the most important things a lot of people tend to neglect when it comes to flexibility practice and maintaining a body that moves well while building muscle is that proper hydration is so important. Your water bottle should always be within an arm's reach. I always keep mine on my tech backpack or have a glass lying around. It's got to be with arm's reach. You know, studies that have shown that hydration, even as little as 10%, can increase muscle tissue stiffness and decrease your strength output by at least 10%. So you're gonna feel stiffer, your joints aren't gonna move as well. We have to remember our body is 75% water. You're gonna have less lubrication to those joints. So always keep your bottle nearby, keep drinking, especially at the gym. You don't wanna be going into workout dehydrated because then you're building up from a negative. You wanna have that water bottle nearby. And even having some electrolytes, guys. Stay hydrated. A lot of times it's not even just being hydrated with water, but it's proper electrolyte balance. I'm about to head to the gym to go for my recovery day. Typically on this day, I'm working on a little bit of light cardio, get my body moving, and then I'm gonna head into a mobility routine. You never wanna really jump into improving your mobility and flexibility when you're cold. It's best to get those joints warmed up and the blood flowing. This will significantly decrease your risk of getting injured at the gym. So in a second, we're gonna head to the gym, but first, let's crush this chicken salad. I'll see you there. Grab a resistance band slightly wider than shoulder width. Keep your core tucked, reach your arms overhead. Now you might feel pretty tight in the pec and the shoulders. I want you to do 5 reps just from in front of your head and then further behind. After you complete those 5, you're gonna come a little bit lower. Now I want you to make sure you're not bending the elbows, keeping those arms straight. Take a big breath out as you come back. Feel the stretch across your chest. And then we're gonna complete 10 full reps. Elbows locked out, core nice and tight, squeezing the bum. So we're gonna start here in our tabletop position. Now I really wanna make sure your elbow is locked out and your wrist is aligned from the wrist to the shoulder. Now I don't want you to move with the shoulder, but I want you to think keeping your spine straight, rotating side to side, left and right, but the movement really occurring from the wrist into wrist extension. So the key for building wrist strength and preventing injuries is to only go as slow as you can and really listen to the joint and feel into the range of motion here. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video about the importance of maintaining and improving your flexibility while building muscle. A key component is making sure you're picking the right exercises, the exercises that are going to help you build muscle and develop that athletic physique, but really prioritize flexibility and use a full range of motion. And a lot of times in the Pain-Free Bodybuilding program, I'm always thinking of the best exercises that'll give you the best bang for your buck in terms of muscle building and building flexibility. So if you haven't already, head to the link in bio, painfreebodybuilding.com. You can check out a free preview of the program for 7 days. Would love to see you in there. And as always, stay pain-free, guys. I'll see you in the next video.